This is the DSE 2015 English Language Paper 4, 1.3, and this one is about the Youth Olympic Games. So I'm not going to read through all this part, I'm sure you can read this for yourself. And the task is here. Excuse me. As members of the Sports Society, you are going to organise activities based on the values of the Youth Olympic Games. So what I have done is I have written some model answers for students that I think might be useful for you to consider using. Okay, so there are 4 candidates, A, B, C and D, and candidate A starts. Today we're talking about activities for Youth Olympic Games. I think the best activity is Chat with Champions because it's a great way to discuss with professional athletes, learn from their experience and hear what advice they have to share. What's your opinion? So here can you see that the answer is quite short and then you move on to the next person. What's your opinion? Don't talk for too long. And here, remember your intonation. I think the best activity is Chat with Champions. So you have a nice short introduction. Today we're talking about activities for Youth Olympic Games, and then give your opinion, okay? And then move on. So, student B, you start with a response to candidate A. That's an interesting point. Say it with feeling and not just flat, okay? Say it like you really mean it. That's an interesting point, candidate A. However, so by saying however, you're kind of politely disagreeing and moving to a different subject. That's an interesting point, candidate A. However, I think the Athlete Career Planning Workshop is much better as it teaches us time management. Okay, so you again give your opinion here. It teaches us time management, which is extremely important. The word extremely is very good to use, which is extremely important to everyone. And in Hong Kong, time is money. So here, if you can make a joke, make the conversation more humorous, that will be good for you. It makes the mood more lighter, okay? In addition, so this here, in addition, means the same as also, but it sounds a bit better, okay? In addition, we can learn to balance our time between sport and study, which I think is really useful, okay? Emphasize this word, really useful to know. What are your thoughts? Again, you move to the next point. That's right, candidate B. So again, you agree or you connect with the previous answer. That's right, candidate B. I agree with your opinion that time management is important. So this is the emphasis word, is. I agree with your opinion that time management is important. And then this part is a personal opinion. For me, I need to improve my time management. So it's good to talk about yourself, your own personal feelings. For me, I need to improve my time management as I always spend too much time using my mobile phone and not enough time studying for my homework. Again, make your answer more light-hearted and more funny. I think the Athlete Career Planning Workshop is really useful for all students. The next part, student D. Again, I really like your opinion. Support each other, okay? Make your responses more positive. I really like your opinion. I'm just the same. Too much time on my phone and not enough time studying. However, okay, so this word however, it changes the direction of your answer. However, I think Chat with Champions is the best activity as we can learn from people who have worked hard to play sports professionally. So, okay here, so their advice and opinion must be really useful. Also, again like from before, in addition, also I'd like to meet some famous athletes and take a selfie together. So that is the first part, and then if you look at the question on the paper here, what other activities could be held based on values of the Youth Olympic Games? So you move on. How about some other activities based on Youth Olympic Games values? Again, give your opinion. I think it would be great if champions could actually train and teach us how to be better at sports. It would be amazing to have a swimming lesson with US swimmer Michael Phelps. If you're not sure who is Michael Phelps, he's won lots of gold medals for America, for the USA in swimming. He's won so many gold medals. So give an example. Candidate B, sorry Candidate A, I don't know who he is, but that's a really great idea. So even you don't know, but finish with a positive, but that's a really great idea. Training with real Olympic athletes would be fantastic. If Kobe Bryant taught me how to play basketball, I would be so happy. Kobe Bryant has won, I think, a gold medal for USA to play basketball. I would be so happy. Any other ideas? Move on to the next person, right? Any other ideas? I think teamwork is an important value to learn. So we should have more team building activities. And then the next part, he gives an example. At my school, we play some problem solving games, such as how to work together to complete difficult challenges. For example, crossing a river without a bridge. That was so memorable. And then D continues. So here D agrees. Yes, I think teamwork is important. And I think communication is also important. So an activity where we have to communicate together would be good. For example, learning sign language and practicing our speaking skills together. And then all A, B, C, D have answered that question about what other activities. So then student A kind of has a conclusion. Great responses, everyone. How can we get more people in the community involved? Because that is the question here. How to get more people in the community involved in these activities? Great responses. How can we get more people in the community involved? I think schools should encourage their students to take part, and I think different schools should have student exchanges, so we can meet students from other schools. And then student C continues. Maybe we can talk to teenagers in local sports centres and ask them to join these activities. What do you think? Again, you give your opinion and then you reply and you ask other people, what do you think? That's a good idea. So D has some positive feedback to C. That's a good idea, candidate C. Maybe put up some posters or hand out flyers. We'll let others know about our activities. And then A, are there any more ideas or comments? I think students should spend more time on sports, not just always reading books. So here, this part here, A, is anything else you think is important. Are there any more ideas or comments? Students should spend more time on sports, not just always reading books. And then, the agreement. That's an interesting idea, candidate A. However, okay, again, changing the direction. However, I think studying is more important than sports. So, I prefer to spend more time reading my notes. What do you think? Again, you open to other people. What do you think? As we said before, so this part, student C, is referring back to what we said before. As we said before, it is important to find the right balance. You can't study all the time, and you can't play sports all the time, right? So here, using emphasis, you can't study all the time, you can't play sports all the time, right? Right here, do you agree with me? And then D says, I really hope I can go to the Olympics in the future. I want to represent Hong Kong and win a gold medal. That would be amazing. Okay, so that is the group interaction part. Remember, you want to use intonation in your voice and make sure you stress the important words. So I think the best activity, okay, what's your opinion? Make sure your voice goes up. And again, if we go back, this is the part which is the main reading part. Perhaps I'll try and record this reading part in a separate video so you can understand better. And then also in the next video will be some individual responses. Good luck in the speaking exam, everybody.